Hello, welcome back to the Ball Games 4K YouTube channel, and this is a channel where we give you reviews, playthroughs, unboxings, and we generally like to talk a lot of bollocks about tabletop gaming in general. And in this video I'm going to be talking about a marble driven game called Potion Explosion, and in this game you'll be picking marbles out of a tray, trying to concoct the most diverse collection of potions that will give you points and will allow you to win the game. So in this video we're going to be giving you a very brief overview of the rules, be telling you what we do like, what we don't like. Then we'll come back and we'll tell you whether or not Potion Explosion is still worth playing today and in the future. So remember, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel. Leave a comment in that section down below. We'll see you after this.
Board Games 4K.
So, Potion Explosion. How do you play this game? So the first thing you're going to do in this game is you're going to construct the marble tray, and before you do this I would sit down and take a few deep breaths, because this thing is a real pain in the backside to put together. So there's a little bit of setup to this. What you're going to do, you're going to separate out all the potion tiles, and you're going to separate them out into the different types, and you're going to remove two, and then what you do, you will then shuffle up the tiles, and then you'll make several different piles of the remaining tokens. Everybody's going to take two starting potions. These are the potions with the little star thing on it, and you'll place that in front of you on your little desk tile. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to load the marble tray with marbles, and you'll chuck them all in, and they will naturally gravitate to each tray. Obviously if some trays get full up, you're just going to chuck them in so that all the trays are full. So on your turn you'll take one mandatory action, which is take an ingredient out of the tray, and then you'll also be able to drink potions that you have completed. Okay, so when you take an ingredient out of the tray, any marbles that clash together will cause what's called an explosion, and what that means is it will take all the marbles of that colour that are connected to each other after the explosion occurred, right? And it follows that if more colours cause an explosion, you'll take them as well, and you'll stop until you can't take any more colours. So what you're going to do with these marbles, if you look at your potion tokens, you'll see they're divided up into certain colours, and there's little holes or spaces for you to plonk those little marbles on, right? So your aim is to try and fill up all of these potions, and if you've got any marbles left in your hand you can't put on the potion tokens, then you'll put them in the relevant space on your bench. So anytime before or after you take your regular pick, you can take a little help from the Professor token. What this does, it will cost you 2 points at the end of the game, but what it does, it allows you to take a free marble from the marble tray and put it in your supply. So once you have completed a potion, then you will remove all the marbles, chuck them back in the dispenser. You'll flip over the potion, and then that will be completed. You'll see that all the potions have a special ability that you can use if you drink it, and if you choose to drink the potion, then you'll turn it upside down to indicate that that potion has been used and it can never be used again. So some of the special abilities that these potions grant you are, you might have the Potion of Wisdom, and this allows you to take one ingredient of your choice from the dispenser. You might have the Potion of Magnetical Attraction, and this allows you to take two ingredients of different colours from the same slide track of the dispenser. Or you might have the Abysmal Draft, and it allows you to take one ingredient of each colour from the bottom row of the dispenser slide tracks, but you can only take one ingredient from each slide track. So you can use as many of these special abilities as you like in your turn. You're not limited to just one, and this really does change up the game from what would ordinarily be just a bog standard gimmicky game, right? So once you have completed 3 identical potions, or you've completed 5 different potions, you'll take one of the available skill tokens, and when all the skill tokens are gone, then what you'll do, you'll complete the round so that everybody has the same turns, and then the game will be over, and then you'll move to final scoring. So what you'll do, you'll add up all the points from your potions, you'll add up all the points from the skill tokens, you'll subtract all the points that you accumulated from the little help from the Professor, and the player with the most points will be the winner of Potion Explosion. So what do we like about Potion Explosion? So the first thing that we really like about Potion Explosion is that there's no better feeling than chaining all those crazy combos together. When it's not your turn, you're constantly looking at the dispenser thinking, if my mum takes that marble from there, then that means that those are going to move down. That will allow me to take 3 blues, then it'll allow me to take 2 yellows and then some reds. So just the tantalising expectation of being able to chain those combos together and hoping that it goes your way is absolutely superb. So the second thing that we really like about Potion Explosion is that the completed potions grant you game-breaking special abilities, and you're not just limited to drinking one potion. You can use one potion to manipulate the order of the marbles that will allow you to maximise the point yield from another potion special ability, right? So the fact that you can not only chain combos together on the dispenser, but you can also chain combos together when you're looking at the special abilities. How good is that? So the next thing that we really like about Potion Explosion is that if you get stuck, and it's a distinct possibility with this game, there might be a case where you can't actually do anything that you really want to do, then you have got a get out mechanism with the little help from the professor that's going to get you out of a sticky situation. It's a bit like the hiring workers from Castles of Burgundy and those sort of mechanisms, that you've always got a key to get you out of that sort of locked cell that you might find yourself in. So the final thing that we like about Potion Explosion is that the game is not limited to what you can take and do for yourself. There's that really, really good choice of maybe taking something that will allow you to manipulate the order of the marbles in the dispenser that's going to mess up somebody else's turn, right? So you might be looking across and thinking, well, you know, my granny, she needs a blue and a black, and you can see that if she takes on her turn, she's going to take these marbles if you don't do anything about it. So is it a case of, are you going to try and maximise the amount of points you can get, or are you going to try and prevent your granny from maximising the amount of points that she can get? So what don't we like about Potion Explosion? So the first thing that we don't like about Potion Explosion is, I don't know about your copy, but my copy, the marbles, they look like they've been put through a washing machine filled with Domestos, because they're all muted. The colours aren't vibrant at all. When we opened the box, when we first got this, we looked at it and thought, my God, this looks horrible. It looks as if you're looking through some kind of weird pair of glasses that sort of mute all the colours down to nothing, really. It's like the pastel shades and that. We would have preferred it if the marbles were more vibrant in colour and, you know, stood out of the tray a little bit more, looked a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, but no, they look crap. So the second thing that we don't like about Potion Explosion is that the setup time is bogged down by having to sort through all them tiles, putting all these multitudes of tiles in order, and then having to remove some and then mix them all up again and then put them in order again, you know. So the fact that all the tiles get jumbled up at the end of the game and then you've got to basically resort them is a massive headache. Sometimes it puts me off wanting to play this game because the setup is just a real chore. So the next thing that we don't like about Potion Explosion is that the contraption, the dispenser, has a tendency to fall apart when you're A, taking it out of the box, or B, putting it away. And we've read online that maybe a little bit of a sort of a glue gun sort of can help do this. But if I'm paying good money for a game, why would I want to go back and glue the bloody thing together myself? It should work out of the box. But no, this dispenser is a real pain in the neck because it just wants to collapse on its own. It's almost like it's laughing at you, like the dispenser is saying, I'm going to collapse now. You know I'm going to collapse, don't you? And you're like, no, you ain't going to collapse. And it collapses. So the final thing that we don't like about Potion Explosion is that the rulebook contradicts itself when it's talking about returning marbles to the box, right? It says that all the marbles need to be returned randomly, but then it tells you that if there's any trays that are empty, then they need to be filled up first. So what is it? Is it random, or are you actually going to manipulate the order of the marbles? Make your mind up, horrible games. So to summarise, is Potion Explosion worth your time and effort today and in the future? So we are going to say maybe not. I personally find this game a bit of a disappointment, really. I mean, I was expecting it to be a little bit better than this, but the fact that you've got this arduous and tedious setup and the game itself looks crud isn't a good start. We do enjoy chaining the combos together. It would have helped if the marbles had been a little bit more colourful. That would have added to the flavour of the game. But as it stands, this is a very, very basic game. You're just going to be taking a marble out of the dispenser, chucking it on a tile and just adding to it. And that basically is the game, right? So we're going to give Potion Explosion 3 out of 5. We do enjoy this game, but it has glaring limitations to the amount of times that you can play this one. There are a couple of expansions to it that adds a 5th player and a 5th ingredient, so that might bump the scores up if we did actually get round to messing about with those. But as it stands, Potion Explosion is just a very basic and very average game propped up by a novel gimmick. So there you go, that's Potion Explosion. Remember, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to this channel. Leave a comment in that section down below. And we'll see you next time.